Okay, hi everybody. This is my version of tutorial 3. So if you're trying to accomplish tutorial 3 and it's too much reading for you, I understand this video will go through most of what that video covers. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get a cube out there, and there's some guides for you to follow along with. But what it's doing at this point is just asking you to put a shape out there that you can play around with. The next slide, it kind of goes into nudging. So nudging is small movements. So if you highlight an object and then use your arrow keys, you can move it in these small uh, little box increments. Now, if that's not enough for you, if you hold down Shift and use your arrow keys, you're actually doing these larger groupings. All right. And finally, something that I find useful is the Z-axis. What normally is moving it up, you can move it up by holding Control and using your up-down arrow keys. So find CTRL on your keyboard, hit up, and you're going to be able to move that up and down. All right, the next slide goes into some rotation options. So when I'm rotating a shape, I have 3 axes really that I can rotate it around, X, Y, and Z. And you're going to see those handles pop up. All right, so we have small rotations inside this protractor, larger rotations on the very inside of this protractor, and if you hold down Control or Shift, you get these 45-degree increments. All right, but you can accomplish everything just by being on that inside track there. Or if you want, and you know the exact rotation, you can always type it in. It does accept numbers. So that is rotation in one axis. You also can rotate in this axis, 1, 2, and you can spin it in the third axis, which you can't see. Really, it's on the back side there, but you can rotate it in all 3 axes. And that allows you to basically rotate all the way around your object, or rotate that cube in any direction. Of course, with a cube, it's hard to tell. Maybe something like a triangle, something a little not uniform, you might be able to tell a little bit better about how those 3 actually interact with each other. But that is the rotation piece. The handles, that's interesting and useful. It's going to be how to resize things. So if I'm dragging from a black handle, I'm only moving 1 dimension at a time. If I'm dragging from a white handle, I'm moving 2 at a time. Some other ones might be, there's some keyboard modifiers to do with that. If you hold down Shift, while holding down Shift, now you're uniformly scaling that and uniformly scaling that object and keeping it in proportion. If you're holding down Alt, I think, and doing it, now you're scaling from the center. So hopefully you see how that's different. Play around with it and see how that's different holding down Alt on your computer. And then finally, you're going to get to the final one, which I'm not going to do for you because I want you to try it, and that's to create this shape, and that's what you're going to submit to me. Feel free to color it any color you want. Do your best. It starts with the cube, and then it needs to be rotated and kind of picked and pulled until it gets to that shape. All right, so I'll be looking for that. And this was just a really quick version of what these words are telling you. You can watch my video or read the words if you need more information. All right, I hope everyone has a great day. Mr. Palmer out.